Welcome back to Crossroads. You know, we usually have great guests, but this is one I have been looking forward to all week. Please help me welcome best-selling author Jerome Dickey to the show.
Yes, I'm here.
Your first visit to Minnesota.
It's my first time being this cold ever. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here in Minnesota.
So what do you think about our city so far? You just got off the plane a couple of hours ago.
Just got off the plane a couple of hours ago. It's cool, man. It's cool. Actually, I've been here for a few hours. I got a chance to go by the Mall of America, which was
ginormous.
Yeah, I was saying it's like they built Disneyland and went, you know what, we need some shops around this. And you know,
for parents to do
something to do right here, because this whole merry-go-round thing just is not working for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the biggest mall in North America.
You know, it's because I'm walking through and it's like you go like, it's like deja vu. Didn't I just pass by that store? And
yeah.
you see the same store over and over again. And the Caribou Coffee is just like, I'm like, man. But
it's huge. Yeah, you can do a lot of working out in there.
I know. I can see that at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. It's out of control.
It is. I can just see it, man.
Oh, man.
It's just
people it's like roaches. It's just, they everywhere.
You know, for me, and for me, I guess, you know, stepping into that facility is like, it's like, this is what the experience should be like. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's truly, for me, it's just something for everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, entertainment, this, that, and the other, you know. Now, you hook that venue up where you can have some concerts, some spoken word.
You don't have to leave.
No, you don't have to go, man. You don't have to go.
You are in town promoting your new book.
Yes, I
just
have a new book.
Just came out. Tell us all about it.
I have a new book. It's called Pleasure. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say? Okay, cool.
It's, I've done a lot of erotica in my other novels, like erotic scenes, but I hadn't actually truly done an erotic novel. I kind of felt a novel I did a few books back, Genevieve was pretty erotic, you know. I just really wanted to do this just a truly erotic, for me, erotic novel. Even though it said sometimes erotic, sometimes it crosses that line. 2 books ago, I did I'm getting the books wrong. Sleeping with Strangers, Waking with Enemies. Where the main character was a hitman. And so part of me as a writer, what I do is every time there was a hit, I wanted it to be done in a different way. I wanted to be creative that way. So in this novel, Pleasure, it's erotic. Every time there's an erotic encounter, I wanted each to be different. I wanted to become more intense and progress to the point where it's you want pleasure, but there's always going to be pain that comes, because it's just almost inevitable with some people in their relationships, dealing with other people. Someone always wants more. Things are always complicated. There's things about people you don't know. There's secrets. There's just the things that people don't necessarily reveal about themselves that eventually come out. You know, and I wanted all of that inside of this novel.
So, do you think this is your best piece yet, or what's your favorite?
I don't know. People always ask me a favorite. I mean, it's. I would say the next book is my favorite.
This is the next book.
The next book. Well, I'm working on the next book after that. So yeah, you know, I always say that. I mean, I don't have that. This book is the whatever.
Well, this is it.
Yeah. Because every book for me, I've been around since '96. Each represents a different. Achievement, a different point in my life. You know, Sister, you know, first book, 1996. You know, even though my writing has evolved into something else since then, you know, that's what got me into the business. You know, and I still like those characters, and I still like that storyline. I like it. You know, it's less complicated. You know, Friends and Lovers, Cheaters, Milk in My Coffee. You know what I mean? So each one, I always equate it to like so. At this point, I mean, I hope nobody does. Well, someone does. You know, if you had 15 kids and they ask you who's your favorite kid, you know what I mean? You know, because I know you can't like all of them.
Somebody's your favorite.
Because that one over there.
The boy that just got out of jail.
Right. The one over there peeling the paint off the wall, eating it like it's M&M's. He got some. What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with that boy?
He's not right. Yeah, you know. So from each one, and for me. At this point, I use characters from previous stories. I mean, I figure I create the characters, you know. So this universe is kind of connected. You know what I mean? Someone actually said they wanted to do like a flow chart, like from first book, to show like how you know it's almost like these. You have like these degrees of separation.
Yeah, 6
how
degrees.
How you can get from this book to this book. You know, this character here, and
jump to
this character here, and you get this character here. You know. It's almost like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, which they do in Hollywood, because they say everyone's worked with Kevin Bacon, and you can get to any actor from Kevin Bacon. You know, but yeah.
So now tell me this, what inspired you to get into writing? You started out in '96. There weren't a lot of, now there's a lot of black authors, and they put the books prominently on display in the Barnes & Noble, but back in '96, it wasn't like that. You had to look for, you know, the black authors in special order. You know, how did you get in the business and stay so successful all these years?
Well, it's just that, the doors kind of opened a little bit in the early '90s. You know, Wayne Hale, B.B. Moore Campbell's work, Connie Briscoe, Tina McElroy Ansa, and there still wasn't a lot of male writers, you know, at the time. You know, I just kind of came along at that moment. You know, I had a product. I was writing, but I was still going to school. I mean, well, I was going back to school to learn the craft, because for me, writing, it's a craft. It's, you know, studying. It's where the art of storytelling meets language.
Wow.
You know, the art of language, because that's really, you know, what I try to do. You know, you create these characters, you have the storyline, but at the same time, how do you make these characters sound a particular way? You know, the language, be it if you're going to make them Southern characters, or characters from Minnesota, characters from LA. What's their background? How much education do they have? And even with that education, how do they choose to speak? See, how that, for me, that's the work that goes into before I even have a character say, you're going to say hello, you're going to say what's up.
So it's a process.
It is. It's a process, you know, and for every character, it's that, it's like becoming an actor, doing the homework for each character, for me, that I create. What's his or her background? What makes him or her different from other characters that I've created? So when I was doing like writing pleasure, Nia Simone, trying to create a character that doesn't sound like any other character I've used before. At the same time, you have to do the appropriate character. It's like casting. You have to have the right character to make the story work. You know what I'm saying? And I had done a lot of travel, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua. So a lot of the my travels through the islands are in the story. So it becomes part of the character's experience. And to me, that makes her a different character than someone who just grew up in Memphis on the South Side and has never been out of the South.
Outside the country.
Yeah, outside the country. Yeah.
Okay. So now you have some loyal fans. We were talking about some of my friends from Houston who had you at the Shrine and they love you. You know, you've had people who have been with you since '96, and who, when the book comes out, they get to the bookstore and they get it. What do they mean to you, that fan base, that loyal fan base?
It means I can pay my rent. No.
That's important. That's important.
No, but just really cool. You know, it's you just really find it just really amazing that, you know, the work that you do, that it touches people in that way, and they're looking for the next project, you know, the next product, the next book to come out, and there's a lot of trust in that relationship, because on this side, I have to do my best work, because I'm not just trying to throw something out there to, you know, just for whatever, you know. You want to, when they pick the book up, you want it to be a pleasurable experience. I mean, you know, you want them to fall into the story. I always look at my work as like this: my name is across the front, but when you pick it up, you fall into the characters' lives, and that's why you come back, because the suspense to this, it's like it becomes about the character. You know what I mean? You know, because as you're reading it, and I think the writer should vanish. And you know, for me, I should, if I'm doing my job, it's like watching a movie, and you're looking at an actor, and you can see him or her acting.
When you watch Malcolm X and see Denzel, but it's not really Denzel. Malcolm X turns into Malcolm X.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, and so you're forgetting about Denzel because you're watching this and you're caught up in this. This is Malcolm X. You know, you lose that this is Denzel acting as. So you lose that this is Jerome Dickey writing as. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's kind of like how I feel. You know, that's why, like, from book to book, my characters, to me, they're so different. Like Nia Simone, she has her flavor. You go back to Drive Me Crazy, a guy who was 6'2", dogs in open road, an ex-con, GED, and he's a driver. You know, you know, and his vocabulary is totally different. Totally different. You know.